Okay, my people, this is time for a new, different lasagna. Yeah, chicken lasagna, not regular lasagna, chicken lasagna. So here we go. Follow me step by step. Here we have chicken thighs. All we want to do with the chicken thighs at this point is cut a deep slit right through the middle. You're gonna make a deep cut right through the middle until you get to the bone. But don't go all the way down. Just a deep cut on top until you get to that bone inside. And you're gonna leave the bones and the skin on at this time. In a deep pan like this one, we're gonna start our liquids here. So we're gonna start with water. We're gonna fill this at halfway. Make sure you have a big enough pan for your chicken thigh. Whatever size you need to fit them all in there. I'm using 10 chicken thighs. Maybe you don't need that many. With half of it water, then you're gonna add some salt to your taste, a little bit of oil. Any oil will do it. I'm using olive oil here, but any oil will do it. And a tablespoon of fresh garlic, fresh smashed garlic, about a tablespoon. And I'm gonna use this seasoning packet because it has a nice color. You can use any seasoning of your preference. Doesn't really matter, but I like that one. And I also want to use the chicken bouillon kind of packet. You can use different brands, but this one actually, the one I like, the one I have right here in front of me. So I'm gonna crumble it like that to make it easier for it to mix up. And I'm gonna use some fresh cilantro, like a handful like that. Fresh cilantro. If you don't want to use cilantro, you can use parsley or any other herbs that you like. Remember, this is to your liking. I'm giving you the basic recipe. You can customize it anyway. Make sure you mix this all together, that everything is incorporated, and give it a good mix around. And we're gonna just drop our chicken thighs in there. So I'm gonna bring them closer, and at this point, all you're gonna do is just drop them in there, making sure the water doesn't overflow. And you gotta leave some space as well for when you're boiling these, because the boiling will create bubbles on top and the water is gonna rise up a little bit more. So make sure you don't overflow your pan, because otherwise you're gonna have a big mess on your stove. So I'm using 10 chicken thighs full size here, bones and skin and everything. And let's go to the fire. So we're gonna put this in high temperature because we want this to come to a boil first. So initially you're gonna put it in high all the way up until this liquid starts boiling. So you leave it there, and in the meantime I'm gonna use another pan to get the pasta ready. So pasta is not a big science. Water, salt, a little bit of oil, and once it starts boiling, you drop the pasta in there. These are the lasagna sheets, and you just drop them in there. Make sure they get on the water. When they get softer, they will bend down and get completely on the water. And you're gonna, once you start boiling, you're gonna lower it to medium heat after it's boiling, and then just make sure they're all on the water without breaking them. And these are only gonna take like 7 to 10 minutes depending on your liking. Now on the other side, once it starts boiling, I'm gonna put it back down to medium heat. So once it starts boiling like that, leave it down to medium heat, and we're gonna leave it there for about 30 minutes. The pasta is done on this side. Only took about 7 to 8 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna just turn the heat off and leave it there. And this is boiling for 30 minutes, 30 to 35 minutes. And I'm gonna let you know how to check that they're ready. 30 minutes approximately, it could be 35, boiling over medium heat. And you take one of these tweezers here, and you're gonna just, you see when you pinch them like that, they should just break off real easy. You can also do this test with a fork. You just pinch it with the fork and it should just shred easy. So this is done. I'm gonna just turn the heat off here, and I'm gonna let it rest there, no heat, for another 10 minutes. So 30 to 35 minutes in medium heat after boiling, and then 10 minutes for resting. And after those 10 minutes, I'm gonna bring them here to my pan, because now we're gonna shred this. But before shredding it, I'm gonna put some gloves because I'm gonna go hands-on on this one. So I'm gonna put some gloves here, and now we're gonna take the skin off, and we're gonna shred. So with 2 forks, that's how we're gonna shred these chicken thighs to the texture that we want. You just take the skin off like that on all of them. Take the skin off, all the skin off, and then with the 2 forks, we're gonna start separating the meat from the bone in this form, so it actually shreds, like it's gonna be like shredded chicken. It's gonna be shredded chicken, and it should be really easy if you gave it enough time in the boiling water. It should be relatively easy to actually shred the chicken. So we're gonna do this with all the chicken thighs here. It's gonna take a while. It's not really hard at all. Once you get in the rhythm, you'll see that the more you do it, the easier it gets. It's not a big science. It's not hard, but it's just a step that we have to go through. So we're gonna do the same thing with all of them. I'm just gonna put that to the side, and here's another one. I'm gonna show you these first 2, and then I'm gonna just go off there and do the rest of them. So you see how easy it is after you start doing it. You just shred that meat off the bone like that, and it gets easier as you get in the hook of it. So you're gonna do the same thing with all the thighs here. Take the skin off and then shred the meat, and I'll show you how it looks at the end. So I shredded all them here, all 10 chicken thighs, and you shred them like that. And at the end, it should be all good like this. You want to check for like big chunks or lumps, or even the cartilage that gets stuck to the meat sometimes. So at the end, after you shred them all, you gotta check for, if you see something like big chunks like that, you just break them apart. Break those big chunks apart like that. And if you find something just like yeah, you see, sometimes you find like a piece of bone or something like that one, you just throw it out, and there you have it. That's just how it should look. You could use a little bit of that liquid from the same boiling water if you want to wet them a little bit more, but it should be good to go because we're gonna do a lot of other stuff over it. So I'm gonna get my baking pan here for the lasagna cheese. Spray a little bit with a cooking spray so it doesn't stick to the bottom, and then you just take your lasagna cheese off the water, out of the water, and you're gonna cut them to the right size, just like that, and that's the right size. So then you're gonna do the same thing with the rest of the cheese, and you're gonna place them just like this so they cover the entire bottom of your baking pan. I like to use some cheese here. This is gonna be kind of the glue for it also. So I put just a little bit of cheese in the bottom before anything else, and then I'm gonna put some marinara sauce here directly over that cheese and try to spread it nicely. It doesn't have to be a lot. This is just for a little bit of color and to help that cheese melt and serve as a glue to keep the pasta together there at the bottom. So once you just spread your sauce all around with a little bit of cheese, now we're gonna start mounting our chicken lasagna. So you take that your shredded chicken and you're gonna fill that bottom, making sure there are no holes. But remember, you gotta do 3 floors. This is a lasagna that is a 3-floor lasagna. So you gotta leave some space for the next one and the next layer and the next layer. So after you lay down your shredded chicken like that, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit more salsa, not a lot. You see, I'm just sprinkling a little bit. I'm not doing like a super saucy thing here, just sprinkle a little bit. And right on top of that chicken and salsa, I like to put some Munster cheese. I'm gonna put this Munster cheese only on this layer. So let me try to cut it like this. I'm gonna split it in half like that, and I'm gonna lay it right over the chicken and the salsa. This is gonna melt really good right in the middle of your lasagna. So this is the only layer that's gonna have the Munster. You can put it in the top layer if you want. I just like it here in the middle because that's just my preference. And then on top of that cheese, I'm gonna sprinkle more cheddar cheese and mozzarella cheese. This is a blend of cheddar cheese and mozzarella cheese. Just a little bit like that. And there you have the second layer. Now we're gonna put another flour here. Same thing we did at the bottom. This is the middle layer. And then on top of this one, we're gonna put more chicken. So I'm gonna put a little bit of sauce here as well, just to cover that pasta a little bit. So use your sauce, any sauce, any marinara sauce that you like, any brand will do it, and just put it in the bottom like that. And you might want to put a little bit more cheese as well. I like putting cheese on every time I put pasta because it serves as glue, and it keeps the thing all together after you cook it. So we're gonna lay more chicken here. I think I didn't need the 10 chicken thighs. I'm thinking 6 would have been enough. And then I'm gonna go for the third layer of pasta here, and this is gonna be the top layer. So now here we're gonna put a lot more of cheese on top. So we laid down that pasta on the third layer, and we're gonna put some more marinara sauce here. Just put it all over it. It's a little bit more than in the bottom, but not an excessive amount of sauce. So you just make sure you cover all your pasta to all the corners, and that's it. Now here again, a little bit more cheese. I'm gonna put the cheddar cheese first. Here, this is the top layer, so don't be shy here with your cheese. As long as it doesn't overflow your baking pan, you're good. So don't be shy with the cheese here. And then on top of that cheddar cheese, I'm gonna put some mozzarella cheese as well here. Sprinkle all over, making sure there are no holes, there are no blind spots, that the cheese are covering your lasagna side to side, up, down, left, right, corners, everything is nice. And now we go to the oven. We go to the oven here, and we're gonna cook this we're gonna put this in 350 degrees, 350, and we're gonna give it like 10 minutes. 350 Fahrenheit for about 10 minutes. All you need is the cheese to melt down. All the ingredients are cooked. All you need is that cheese to melt really, really good. So 10 minutes should be fine. If you need more, go ahead. But there you have it. All the melted cheese, and here's our beautiful and different chicken lasagna, baby. Chicken lasagna. Try it. Be different, and you will surprise your friends and family. There you have it. Chicken lasagna for you. I hope you enjoy it. Remember to subscribe to the channel, pass it on to your friends and family, like this video, and I hope you like it and enjoy it. Keep coming back for more videos in my channel. Until next time.